We're going to talk about why doing one thing a day is enough coming up. What's going on, guys? My name is Tim Ruswick, and today I want to talk about something that's really helped me in my life. It's helped me be consistent, it's helped me finish things, it's helped me get shit done, and it's helped me kind of evolve the way that I look at things. And that's the concept of getting one thing done a day. Now, that seems pretty simple, but I'm going to kind of walk you backwards and into how I came up with it and how it's helped me and how it can help you possibly in the future. And basically, like, I started a long time ago. And for a long time, I had this overwhelming sense of guilt. And it was weird because, like, I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, but, like, I had this sense of, like, I should be working 24/7 no matter what. If I wasn't working, I felt guilty. I felt guilty for taking time off. I felt like just like terrified that like shit was gonna happen and like bad things were gonna happen. It was a lot of anxiety. It was a lot of messed up stuff in my head that, you know, didn't mean anything, but to me it was like the world, right? It was just crazy. And I spent a lot of time feeling this way. I spent a lot of time in the anxiety, a lot of time in the guilt. Even when I was productive, even when I was getting things done, I would be like, oh, I could do more. I only work 6 hours today, I could work 8. I only work 8 hours today, I could work 10. And so on and so forth. Like, and that can scale to infinity, right? Like you keep telling yourself that until you can't work anymore and you've used all your 24 hours in a day. Well, I wasn't quite to that point, but I was overworking myself, and then I never let myself down fucking height-wise. Like, I just, like, the stress was like 24/7 because I would either be working stressfully or I would be stressing out about working on the other end. And it was so much like just shit that like really fucking worked on my head a lot. It was really bad time. And I remember like realizing that, you know what, you can kind of let go. You can pull back a little bit. You can relax a little bit, and you don't want to overwork yourself. Because I have a video on burnout. I have a video on some of the negative. I have lots of videos on the negative effects of overworking yourself, being obsessive, doing things like that. And I just want to stress like the concept of life work balance and balancing your stuff out. And one of the things that I came up with to do that was getting one thing done a day. And going through, like, I would say mild depression, going through a lot of anxiety ridden weeks, a lot of stress filled weeks, there were times when I did not want to work on my project. There were times when I didn't want to look at my project. But I told myself, like, when I was in the middle of a project, when I was in the middle of a deadline or whatever it is, like, I needed to get shit done, I would just do one thing a day. Just one thing. Just one little piece. And usually I would have, like, a task list of, like, things that would take 10 to 15 minutes each to do. Really tiny, actionable task lists. And I would tell myself, I know you don't feel like it, Tim. I know you want to be lazy. I know you want to sit there. I know you don't want to get out of bed, whatever it is, but you got to do your one thing. You got to do your 10 minutes and just get it in and do it and it'll be over with. And I found that by telling myself I only had to do one thing a day, on the days where I really was out of it, where I really couldn't handle it, that would really help me. Like, okay, I could just sit down for 10 minutes. It allowed me to be consistent. It allowed me to build the confidence in myself that I am a consistent person, that I do have discipline, even when I don't feel like doing these things and like working. I still worked anyway, and that was a really good conscious mental belief for me to ingrain in myself, because I didn't have that at the time. And then it also allowed me to take the time that I needed when I needed it. Like, if shit was really bad and I needed time off, I could take time off. I could just do 10 minutes a day and it would be fine. It was just 10 minutes. But what I found happening more often than that was I would do one thing, I would do my 10 minutes, and then I'd want to work 20 minutes. Then I'd want to work 30 minutes, then an hour, then 2 hours. And I would get in the groove usually by just starting with the 10 minutes. And this concept drastically improved my life because it removed all of the guilt. Because like I had this overarching, like I said, sense of guilt and sense of like anxiety and stress, and that was all from like I should be working harder. But that is such a general term. You can't tell yourself I should be working more. That's so general, you can't tell yourself that. Like, you need concrete, specific, actionable things if you want to work forward, you want to move forward. It helps so much to just have these very specific, actionable items that you can either meet or not meet. And this one thing a day, this 10 minutes a day, really helped me, because then I could be like, okay, I'm successful. I did my one thing for today. Like, no matter what, I wouldn't have to have anxiety. I wouldn't have to feel guilty because I did my shit. Whatever it was, I did it for the day. And it just removed this sense of like overwhelming impending doom, and this guilt of not working harder, and this feeling of like letting people down, that I'm not getting anywhere, this feeling of worthlessness because I hadn't looked at my project for months. Like, it helped me with all of those different things. And I think a lot of people can use it and hopefully benefit from it, because it's helped me so drastically that like it's my number one thing these days. Like, that's how I think about my entire life, whether it comes to YouTube videos or games that I make or whatever projects I'm working on for clients. Like, whatever it is, it's like it's one thing a day. It's my one thing a day, and I get it done. And like I said, a lot of times I get way more than that done. A lot of times I start with one thing and I'll do 20 things. Sometimes it's, I have late nights, I have overnighters, I do all that stuff. Like, I work hard, but I know that I don't have to if I can't, or I feel like I'm not quite in the zone, or for whatever. And it helps me not only feel successful, not only get rid of the anxiety, but again, it helps me stay consistent. Like, no matter what, I know that I'm going to move forward on my game every single day. No matter what, I know that this video is going to get done for you guys every single day. And it's really, really, really helped me. And I hope that it helps you too. If you've ever done anything like this, or you have any experiences similar to this, please share them below, because I love to hear from you guys. I love your comments. Once again, I'm Tim Roswick, and I will see you guys next time.